Man, morning streams. I'm feeling good about this actually. I'm feeling very good about morning streams. So, from here on out, I'm going to stream the Bible in the morning and then my video game streams will be at nighttime. That makes more sense to me, in my mind, to do that. It's 10:30 in the morning, so it's not really the morning. Don't worry, I need to learn how to get up earlier. I'm too used to my work schedule and I think it's holding me back, so streams are going to start sooner than this. Well, they should. I'll probably switch them to 10 in the morning or maybe 9:30, something like that. But I need to train myself to get up earlier. It's a bad habit, actually. It's a horrible habit to have. I created a second channel. Well, I mean, I've already had it, but I'm gonna start doing that where I read the daily verse from the Bible app, and then I'll try to pick apart what the verse is trying to say. I'm still getting the hang of it, so the videos are gonna be bad for a little bit, but today's video will come out after I do this live stream. Okay, sound good? Let me refresh the page. Here I am, and let me go to YouTube Studio actually and change the description. I'm gonna put my second channel. My second channel's link in the description. So I should have had this already set up where I have the YouTube Studio open. I need to start putting that in the I'm not even logged in. Yep, that's me. Nope, I'm not putting that in there. Content, live, edit. There. Boom. Save. Sounds good. Go back to my channel. Go to the Bible. Oh, the music stopped because the YouTube account changed. Oh no. Yeah, I need to get two different browsers to do this. Here you go. Switch to live. All right, let's start reading this now, shall we? Okay. So I'm gonna set a 1 hour timer and we're just gonna read it for 1 hour straight. Because if I add all the other stuff, it'll take too long and I'll have to go to work by then or just mess it up. So I have here on my phone 1 hour and it's starting now. Okay. So Joseph went in and told Pharaoh, "My father and my brothers with their flocks and herds and all that they possess have come from the land of Canaan. They are now in the land of Goshen. And from among his brothers he took 5 men, presented them to Pharaoh, and presented them to Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to his brothers, what is your occupation? And they said to Pharaoh, your servants are shepherds, as our father were. They said to Pharaoh, we have come to sojourn in the land, for there is no pasture for your servants. So I think this is Joseph's family saying this, because I think they became his servants after the fact, because, you know, they sold him into slavery. Like, bro, who would do that? Can you imagine being so jealous at your brother that you sell him into slavery? Are you kidding me? Weak sauce, bro. Okay, let's keep reading. For the famine is severe in the land of Canaan. And now, please let your servants dwell in the land of Goshen. Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, your father and your brothers have come to you. The land of Egypt is before you. Settle your father and your brothers in the best of the land. Let them settle in the land of Goshen, and if you know any able men among them, put them in charge of my livestock. Then Joseph brought in Jacob his father and stood him before Pharaoh. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and Pharaoh said to Jacob, how many are the days of the years of your life? And Jacob said to Pharaoh, the days of the years of my sojourning are 130 years. Be quiet, boy. What is it? Okay. Nothing crazy. Thought it would have been like a message from my mom or something. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life. I just realized I haven't checked the audio of the stream. Oops. I should have probably done that. I'm just like, it's set up, so I don't want to think about it, but you still have to double check. Sorry, I'll pause the timer. Still have to double check. Sorry, I'll pause the timer. Yeah, I mean, it sounds fine. So, I heard the jazz music too. Resume this. They have not attained to the day of the years of the life of my father in the days of their sojourning. Oh, that's kind of a mouthful of a sentence. Few and evil have been the days of the years of my life, and they have not attained to the days of the years of the life of my father. Oh, like they haven't paid back what they're owed in terms of wrongdoing, or what's going on? And Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from the presence of Pharaoh. Then Joseph settled his father and his brothers and gave them a possession in the land of Egypt, in the best of the land, in the land of Ramses. Put my headphone in, listen.
Ramesses.
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 Sounds good. Ramesses. I hope that that pronunciation dictionary is correct, because I use them a lot. As Pharaoh had commanded, and Joseph provided his father, his brothers, and all his father's household with food according to the number of their dependents. Now, there was no food in all the land, for the famine was very severe, so that the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan languished by reason of the famine. And Joseph gathered up all the money that was found in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan in exchange for the grain that they bought. And Joseph brought the money into Pharaoh's house. And when the money was all spent in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came to Joseph and said, give us food. Why should we die before your eyes? For our money is gone. And Joseph answered, give your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock if your money is gone. So they brought their livestock to Joseph. Can you imagine how stressful this is for everyone involved? I mean, seriously, there's a famine. These guys have all the food. Oh, maybe not all of it, but they have the food, right? And these people, they're poor, they're hungry, they're probably mad, but they're weak because they're hungry. So they're just like, gosh, give us some food, bro. And that's how they feel. They just want food, but they don't got money, and their land is in famine, and they probably can't grow crops because if there's a famine, there's probably no water either, no rain or anything to help water the crops. So maybe these guys are hoarding water, maybe they're not, but that's a pretty tough situation to be in no matter what end of the stick you're on, okay? Because these people have to manage all this food. These Egyptians, I think they're Egyptians. They could be from all around, but these people want food, and these people have to manage all their food, and they have to make sure they're not giving them too much. It's just a annoying, lengthy process for everyone involved. So try to imagine that, if you could. Be really great, because I mean it really shows these people were struggling, bro. These people were struggling. Okay, let's get back into it. Give your livestock, and I will give you food in exchange for your livestock, if your money is gone. So they brought their livestock to Joseph, and Joseph gave them food in exchange for the horses, the flocks, the herds, and the donkeys. He supplied them with food in exchange for all their livestock that year. And when the year was ended, they came to him the following year and said to him, "We will not hide from my lord. Our money is all spent. The herds of livestock are my lord's. There is nothing left in sight of my lord but our bodies and our land. Why should we die before your eyes, both we and our land? Buy us and our land for food, and we with our land will be servants to Pharaoh. And give us seed that we may live and not die, and that the land may not be desolate." So Joseph bought all the land of Egypt for Pharaoh. I'm gonna be honest, that sounds like a good idea, but it secretly isn't. Am I making sense or no? Okay, let's keep going. As for the people, he made servants of them. Just right. Genesis 47, verse stressful. I don't know. I don't actually feel the need to write this. I just want to write something down. He made servants of them, from one end of Egypt to the other. Only the land of priests he did not buy, for the priests had a fixed allowance from Pharaoh and lived on the allowance that Pharaoh gave them. Therefore, they did not sell their land. Oh. It worked out anyways. So, this Pharaoh guy, he's like their leader. They wanted to sell the land to him, but Pharaoh only had, like, these guys, they only have like a set amount of money that they can have, an allowance, you know, when, I don't know if your parents have ever done this. My parents haven't really ever done this, but some kids will get an allowance, which is like a chunk of money that they can spend, and they have to spend it wisely. I don't know. So that's what the pharaohs have. So, or that's what Pharaoh has. So maybe there's someone above him too, or maybe he just has managers who do that for him. So let's get back into it. Therefore, they did not sell their land. Then Joseph said to the people, "Behold, I have this day brought you and your land for Pharaoh. I have this day bought you and your land for Pharaoh. Now, here is seed for you." Okay. So Joseph had to buy. So Pharaoh couldn't buy land because so Joseph bought the land for him. So the land still ended up getting bought. Okay. "Behold, I have this day bought you and your land for Pharaoh. Now, here is seed for you, and you shall sow the land." And at the harvests you shall give a fifth to Pharaoh, and 4/5 shall be your own. Oh, I was like, what is that ratio? But it's actually a decent ratio. Like a fifth, 1/5 is like a little bit less than 25% cut. Like he's taking like you know what? I don't want to think about it off the top of my head. 100 divided by 5. 20. Yeah, 20. Okay, so I'm not dumb. Okay, I was gonna say 20. Wow. That says a lot about my thinking process. I think I should train myself to get better at math, because that was bad. I should have known that off the top of my head. It's a 20% cut, which is still less than Steam. Steam takes a 30% cut, so think about that. It's not bad at all. As seed for the field, and as food for yourselves and your households, and as food for your little ones. And they said, you have saved our lives. May it please my Lord. We will be servants to Pharaoh. So Joseph made it a statute. Statute. That's a weirdly spelt word. Statute. Nice. Cool. I'll write that down. I should make like a weird word list. All the weird words in the Bible will go under this list. Number 1, statute. Maybe after this series is over, we can go over the list together, because there's a lot of weird words in the Bible. Okay, let's keep going. So Joseph made it a statute concerning the land of Egypt, and it stands to this day that Pharaoh should have the fifth, the land of the priests alone did not become Pharaoh's. Thus, Israel settled in the land of Egypt, so Joseph's father, in the land of Goshen, and they gained possessions in it, and were fruitful, and multiplied greatly. And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 17 years. So the days of Jacob, the years of his life, were 147 years. Rest in peace to Jacob / Israel, whatever you want to call him. I think he was just ready to die once he realized his son was alive. But then he was like, oh, I can help him? Sick, let me do that. And obviously, I don't think Joseph had any harsh feelings against his father. I mean, he loved his father. It's kind of hard going years without seeing your father. Then out of nowhere, he comes back into your life. It must be a crazy feeling. I'd be ecstatic. So, oh, this chair sucks. I need to buy a new chair. And when the time drew near that Israel must die, he called his son Joseph to him and said to him, if now I have found favor in your sight, put your hand under my thigh and promise to deal kindly and truly with me. Do not bury me in Egypt, but let me lie with my fathers. Carry me out of Egypt and bury me in the burying place. He answered, I will do as you have said. And he said, swear to me. And he swore to him. Then Israel bowed himself upon the head of his bed. tough. That's tough. But people, you know, it's Bible times. These people were tougher than people now. Nowadays we got Soylent and root beer. No offense to Soylent enjoyers or root beer enjoyers, but I mean, I like root beer, but I'm trying to stay away from corn syrup personally. Maybe I should drink corn syrup. Skinny as freak, bro. Ooh. Okay, let's keep going. Genesis 48. Jacob blesses Ephraim and Manasseh. I think that's how you pronounce it. After this, Joseph was told, "Behold, your father is ill." So he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, and it was told to Jacob, "Your son Joseph has come to you." Then Israel summoned his strength and sat up in bed, and Jacob said to Joseph, "God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me, and said to me, Behold, I will make you fruitful and multiply you, and I will make of you a company of peoples and will give this land to your offspring after you for an everlasting possession. And now your 2 sons who were born to you in the land of Egypt before I came to you in Egypt are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh shall be mine, as Reuben and Simeon are. And the children that you fathered after them shall be yours. They shall be called by the name of their brothers in their inheritance. As for me, when I came from Padan to sorrow, Rachel died in the land of Canaan on the way. When there was still some distance to go to Ephrath, and I buried her there on the way to Ephrath, that is Bethlehem. When Israel saw Joseph's son, he said, Who are these? Joseph said to his father, They are my sons, whom God has given me here. And he said, Bring them to me, please, that I may bless them. Now, the eyes of Israel were dim with age, so that he could not see. So Joseph brought them near him, and he kissed them and embraced them. That's order. That's order. You can't lie, that's order. And Israel said to Joseph, I never expected to see your face, and behold. Oh, that was a neat voice crack. And behold, God has let me see your offspring also. Then Joseph removed them from his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near him. And Israel stretched out his right hand, oh, that's my left hand, and laid it on the head of Ephraim, who was the younger, and his left hand on the head of Manasseh, crossing his hands. Also, he was like this, like that one Fortnite emote. Whatever. Ignore that, boy. Crossing his hands, for the Manasseh was the firstborn, and he blessed Joseph and said, The God before whom my fathers Abraham, Isaac walked, the God who has been my shepherd all my life, long to this day, the angel who has redeemed me from all evil, bless the boys, and in them let my name be carried on in the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. When Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand on the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. Oh my gosh, my tooth hurts. Oh, please don't expose the nerve ending. Please. Oh, my freaking, I don't know whoever's watching right now, but my wisdom teeth were pulled, and you can get this thing called like dry bone syndrome from getting your wisdom teeth pulled, where there's a blood clot that's protecting your nerve ending, but it can come out if you have too much force, and it will expose the nerve ending, and it hurts so bad. So I'm trying to stay away from that happening, but ooh, oh my, praise the Lord. Oh my gosh, praise the Lord. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. Nevertheless, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his offspring shall become a multitude of nations. Bro, like, can you, like, there's probably so much more responsibility these people had to carry in the Bible times compared to now. It's honestly crazy. Like you can't even put this into words. Can you imagine, like, they were saying this in front of them, because if they're at arm's length, obviously they're hearing this stuff and they're saying, oh my gosh, my dad's disappointed in me, oh blah blah blah. Like, they're just hearing this stuff, and it's not written into the word, but they're probably murmuring to each other, maybe. But this was probably normal at the time, so just like, just shut up and take it, bro. I don't know, some BS, but let's keep going. Nevertheless, his younger brother shall be greater. Then he and his offspring shall become a multitude of nations. So he blessed them that day, saying, by you Israel will pronounce blessings, saying, God make you as Ephraim and Manasseh. Thus he put Ephraim before Manasseh. Bro, Manasseh must have been pissed, bro. I'm saying this now, like, he must have been pissed or upset or disappointed or sad. Like, one of the negative emotions, at least. So, or maybe a blend of them, probably. Then Israel said to Joseph, behold, I am about to die, but God will be with you and will bring you again to the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to you rather than to your brothers one mountain slope that I took from the hand of the Amorites with my sword and with my bow. Then Jacob called his sons, and gather yourselves together, that I may tell you what shall happen to you in days to come. Assemble and listen, O sons of Jacob. Listen to it. You know what? Hold on. I'm going back because I want to write down what I just read. So I'm going to pause my timer. So I actually have to open up a new page. Genesis 48. Verse 20 to... No, just verse 20. The youngest... I don't know. I just feel like I should write this down. Maybe, probably, possibly. I just randomly remembered something. Do you guys remember Apple and Onion? Just popped up in my mind out of nowhere. Weird. Discord. Is there actually something important? No, it's a freaking server. Okay. I want to look that up really quick because my timer's paused. I don't even know if that's what the show is called. Yeah, it is. This is the most forgettable show I have ever seen. I remember my brother liked it when it dropped, but it's like, you know, Cartoon Network after Adventure Time, or just like, I guess all networks after Adventure Time, or no, regular show. After regular show, they're like, oh my gosh, how can we make a show that's like regular show? How can we make it like that? And obviously, I don't know, there's something very particular about the college, the institute that these guys went to. J.G. Quintel, Pendleton Ward, not saying Rebecca Sugar, but I mean, a lot of people would include her in this list. But these two guys specifically, there's something about the college that they went to. They went to the same college. There's something about these guys making more mature kids cartoons. There's just something about it. And it feels like these people, like after, or like, yeah, and it always has to do with like two people, like these two people, they're like, oh, well, it's easier for an A story and B storyline. So yeah, but it's like this apple and onion show, bro. It's like, oh, it's like they were trying to live up to the hype of regular show, but it fell flat on its face in every single aspect of it. This is the most forgettable show ever. I guarantee if I tried to watch it again, I'd be like, wow, people found this entertaining. Like, I'd be impressed that people found it entertaining, because I would find it so unentertaining. This is besides the point. Look, see, guys, look, see, we're just like Adventure Time. We can do weird close-ups, guys. Like, so bad. Like, I think it's trying to be more of a regular show clone, but like, you guys know, like, it's literally the same thing. Apple and onion, pickle and peanut, like, with the uninspiring names too. This show too. And I remember when I was younger being entertained by it, because when you're younger, you don't really think about what's going on in the cartoon. You can't really like process what's going on properly, so it's entertaining because it's stimulating. But you grow up and you rewatch it, and it's like, ooh, I found that entertaining when I was younger. It's so bad. So these guys, I don't know what's up with these people, and like, just like glazing regular show and then trying to live off the hype of regular show by making something like this. But it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad, bro. It was such a horrible cartoon. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get back into it. I'm getting distracted. Unpause. Resume. Behold, I'm about to die. God will be with you and will bring you again to the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to you, rather than to your brothers, one mountain slope that I took from the hand of the Amorites with my sword and with my bow. Jacob blesses his sons. Okay. Then Jacob called his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you what shall happen to you. In days to come, assemble and listen, O sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, and the first fruits of my strength. Preeminent in dignity and preeminent in power, or preeminent in dignity and preeminent in power. Unstable as water, you shall not have preeminence, because you went up to your father's bread, and then you defiled it. He went up to my couch. I don't understand this right here, but whatever. We'll move past that. Simeon and Levi are brothers. Weapons of violence and their swords, let my soul come not into their counsel. O my glory, be not joined to their company. For in their anger they killed men, and in their willfulness they hamstrung oxen. Cursed be their anger, for it is fierce, in their wrath, for it is cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons shall bow down before you. Judah is a lion's cub. From the prey, my son, you have gone up. He stooped down. He crouched as a lion and as a lioness. Who dares rouse him? The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until tribute comes to him. And to him shall be the obedience of the peoples, binding his foal to the vine, and his donkey's colt to the choice vine. He has washed his garments in wine, and his vesture in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth whiter than milk. Yo, that's actually a fire bar, bro. Holy crap, I'm writing that freaking down. That entire, right here. Verse 10. No, verse 11. We'll do verse 11. Start from verse 11. Just write like empowering verse. Bro, I don't know. There's something about it. There's just so much order in what he's saying. So I'm taking that, bruh. Taking that. All right, let's go. His eyes are dark. Oh, wait, I forgot. Oh, will I have enough room in here? There. 11 to 12. I think that fit in there just fine. Okay. Zebulun shall dwell at the shore of the sea. He shall become a haven for ships, and his border shall be at Sidon. Issachar is a strong donkey. Crouching between the sheepfolds, he saw that a resting place was good and that the land was pleasant. So he bowed his shoulder to bear and became a servant at forced labor. Dan shall judge his people as one. I'm going to say something after this because I just noticed something, okay? Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan shall be a serpent in the way, a viper by the path that bites the horse's heels, so that his rider falls backward. I wait for your salvation, O Lord. Raiders shall raid. Gad shall be raid at their heels. Asher's food shall be rich and shall yield royal delicacies. Naphtali is a doe let loose that bears beautiful fawns. Joseph is a fruitful bow by a spring. Oh my gosh, what was that? His branches run over the wall. The archers bitterly attacked him, shot at him, and harassed him severely. Yet his bow remained unmoved. His arms were made agile by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob. From there is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. By the God of your father, who will help you, by the Almighty, who will bless you with blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that crouches beneath, blessings of the breasts and of the womb. The blessing of your father are mighty beyond the blessing of my parents. Up to the bounties of the everlasting hills may they be on the head of Joseph and on the brow of him who was set apart from his brothers. Benjamin is ravenous wolf in the morning, devouring the prey, and at evening dividing the spoil. Jacob's death and burial. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel. This is what their father said to them as he blessed them. Blessings each with the blessings suitable to him. Then he commanded them and said to them, I am to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron and the Hittite, in the cave that is in the field of Machpelah to the east of Mamre in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite to possess as a burying place. They were buried, Abraham and Sarah, his wife, W name. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah, his wife, and there I buried Leah, the field and the cave that is in it. They brought from the Hittites. When Jacob finished commanding his sons, he drew up his feet into the bed and breathed his last and was gathered to his people. Nice. He had a good ending. I'm not gonna lie. He had a W ending. I was gonna do something like, I don't know. Then Joseph fell on his father's face and wept over him and kissed him. Damn. That's cooked, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. That's cooked. Why is the music so quiet? Can y'all hear it good? There we go. That should be good. So I'm going up to -10. Okay. So it is about like 50%. Then Joseph fell on his father's face and wept over him and kissed him. Then Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. So I like wrap him. Okay, wait. A balm. Like, are they making him a mummy? That means like making them a mummy, right? Like wrapping them? Yeah. Yeah. I would assume that's what it is. Is there something special about keeping someone's physical body preserved? Maybe there's something spiritual about it, bro. Because why would cremation be a cheaper option? I'm trying to think about it. You can spread ashes, though. So, I don't know. Maybe it's best to not think about it. So the physicians embalmed Israel. 40 days were required for it. For that is how many are required for embalming. And the Egyptians wept for him 70 days. There's something special about him, bro. Something very special about him. I mean, Joseph, he's like a foreshadowing of Jesus, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So it's like God put his hand on his life to be like, okay, this is a foreshadowing. This is what's to come. Because Joseph sat at the right hand of the throne of Pharaoh, which Jesus sits at the right throne of the Father as the Son. So, and they wept over Jesus when he passed, I think 70 days. I don't know. I don't know. When I get there, I'll definitely write down a lot of what Jesus is saying. So, but yeah, I think Joseph's life is like an early kind of, not Jesus, but a representation of Jesus. Sold into slavery, so he's betrayed by Judah, similar to Judas. It just all comes together, you know. Oh my gosh, I just realized something else. When Judah sold Joseph into slavery, Judas sold out Jesus. In 30 pieces of silver, Judas sold out Jesus for, and a slave was worth 30 pieces of silver during that time. So it literally is a foreshadowing. There's no other way to put it. But that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have to write that down. Silver. And this is probably not anything new or groundbreaking that I'm saying. It's just, it was a realization that I haven't heard but thought of. So it was it's definitely already been thought of before. But so I wrote down, I don't think you can even see it. Yeah, but I'll read it. Judah sold Joseph into slavery. Fast forwarding to Jesus' time, Judas sold out Jesus. I wrote down into slavery. Judah sold out Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. During that time, a slave was worth 30 pieces of silver. So, just a connection. I thought that was very, 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 very interesting. So, let's continue. And when the days of weeping for him were past, Joseph spoke to the household of Pharaoh, saying, "If now I have found favor in your eyes, please speak in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, my father made me swear, saying, I am about to die in my tomb, that I hewed out for myself in the land of Canaan. There shall you bury me. Now therefore, let me please go up and bury my father, then I will return." And Pharaoh answered, "Go up and bury your father, as he made you swear." So Joseph went, wow. So like, Pharaoh actually had respect for him. Or at least that's what I'm getting from this. Maybe not, but I think he did. So that's tough. So Joseph went up to bury his father with him. Went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his household, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, as well as the household of Joseph, his brothers, and his father's household. Only their children, their flocks, and their herds were left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen. It was very... Is my timer even unpaused? Yeah, it is. Okay. 20 minutes still. Okay. That's okay. Is it even going down? It's like stuck. No, okay, it is. It was a very great company. Oh my gosh. Tweaking. Come on. Boom. Put that like that. Straighten it out. It's bothering me. It's like annoying. Okay. In the land of Goshen, and there went up him both chariots and horsemen. It was a very great company. When they came up to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Jordan, they lamented there with a very great and grievous lamentation. And he made a mourning of his father. 7 days, when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning of the threshing floor of Atad, they said, "This is a grievous mourning by the Egyptians." Therefore, the place was named Abel Mizraim. It is beyond the Jordan. Thus his sons died for him, as he commanded them. For his sons carried him to the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field at Machpelah, to the east of Mamre, which Abraham bought with the field from Ephron, the Hittite, to possess as a burying place. After he had buried his father, Joseph returned to Egypt with his brothers and all who had gone up with him to bury his father. God's good purposes. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "It may be that Joseph will hate us and pay us back for all the evil that we did to him." Okay, so his brothers, they did him wrong. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn off my other morning alarms from when I used to wake up at a disgusting, egregious time. Whoopsie. That was weird. Why'd it come out like that? So his brothers betrayed him, besides Benjamin, I think. And so now they're like, oh crap. Our father's dead, so now we gotta pay for our crimes. But, like I said, foreshadowing of Jesus, so he might actually forgive them. Just saying. So let me read him. So they sent a message to Joseph saying, "Your father gave this command before he died. Say to Joseph, please forgive the Are they making this up? Let's keep reading. I'll just keep reading. Sorry. So they sent a message to Joseph saying, "Your father gave this command before he died. Say to Joseph, please forgive the transgression of your brothers and their sin, because they did evil to you. And now, please forgive the transgression of the servants of the God of your father." Joseph wept when they spoke to him. His brothers also came and fell down before him and said, "Behold, we are your servants." But Joseph said to them, "Do not fear, for am I in the place of God? As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. So do not fear. I will provide for you and your little ones." Thus he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. Bro, that's crazy. That'd be difficult to do, but he's humble, bro. There's no other way to put it. Joseph's humble. I aspire to be like him one day. Obviously, I don't want to be sold into slavery, but, you know, it is what it is. Shout out to Joseph, bro. Shout out to Joseph. I'm pretty sure God had a very good spot for him in heaven. So, shout out to Joseph. Whew. The death of Joseph. Imagine he forgives them and does all of that, and then his brothers are just like, "Okay, I know he was good to us and he was nice to us, bro, after we did all that, but what if instead of burying him, we just like poke at his dead body?" Ugh, yeah, that'd be so funny, bro. Why'd I say it like that? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep reading. So Joseph remained in Egypt. He and his father's house, Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were counted as Joseph's own. And Joseph said to his brothers, I'm about to die, but God will visit you and bring you up out of this land to the land that he swore to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Then Joseph made the sons of Israel swear, saying, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here. So Joseph died, being 110 years old. They embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. Rest in peace, Joseph, bro. Rest in peace. His life should not be mourned anymore. It should be celebrated. Celebrate his life. Celebration of life. We should do that soon. Genuinely. Should we have a stream celebrating Joseph? Should we? I feel like we should, low key. Okay. Israel increases greatly in Egypt. Oh, we're in Exodus now. Let's go. We made it to Exodus. Bro, we're on part 7 and we just made it to Exodus. And how long is Exodus? Slightly shorter than Genesis. And after that, okay, so we should go through Leviticus in like three parts, and Exodus should be like six parts, about 6 parts in Exodus. So yeah, take about like 6 more episodes to get past this chapter. These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob, each with his wait, how many chapters? Yeah, this is gonna take a long time. It should take about like 80 streams to read the Bible. I don't know. Probably take longer than that because of how I'm reading it, but yeah. These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob, each with his household: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. All the descendants of Jacob were 70 persons. Joseph was already in Egypt, and Joseph passed, and all his brothers, and all that generation. But the people of Israel were fruitful and increased greatly. They multiplied and grew exceedingly strong, so that the land was filled with them. Now there arose a new king over Egypt, who did not know Joseph. And he said to his people, Behold, the people of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, lest they multiply. And if war breaks out, they join our enemies and fight against us and escape from the land. Therefore, they set taskmasters over them to afflict them with heavy burdens. They built for Pharaoh store cities, Pithom and Ramesses. Didn't I look up how to pronounce that earlier? And I already forgot. Nice. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied, and the more they spread abroad, and the Egyptians were in dread of the people of Israel. So they ruthlessly made the people of Israel work as slaves and made their lives bitter with hard service in mortar and brick and in all kinds of work in the field. In all their works, they ruthlessly made them work as slaves. Must have been humiliating, bruh. Must have been humiliating. Then the king of Egypt said to the Hebrew midwives, one of whom was named Shiphrah and the other Puah, when you serve as midwife to the Hebrew woman and see them on the birth stool, if it is a son, you shall kill him. But if it is a daughter, she shall live. But the midwives feared God and did not do as the kings of Egypt commanded them, but let the male children live. So the king of Egypt called the midwives and said to them, Why have you done this, and let the male children live? The midwives said to them, said to Pharaoh, "Because the Hebrew women are not like the Egyptian women, for they are vigorous and give birth before the midwife comes to them." So God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and grew very strong. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families. Then Pharaoh commanded all his people, "Every son that is born to the Hebrews you shall cast into the Nile, but you shall let every daughter live." Now, Moses. Okay, we're gonna hear a little bit about this guy, Moses. People say he split the Red Sea, but God split the Red Sea. He just was doing as God told him to. Okay, I don't know why people say, "Oh, Moses split the Red Sea." I don't understand it. Where does that come from? I don't think Moses even ever claimed to have split the Red Sea. God did it. Okay? He's not a freaking magician that can do that. God has to do that. Okay? Sorry. A little bit passionate about that, but it's kind of weird. Why do people say that? Okay, let's keep going. Now, a man from the house of Levi went and took as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took for him a basket made of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch. She put the child in it and placed it among the reeds by the riverbank, and his sisters stood at a distance to know what would be done with him. So, like, are they giving him up for adoption or something, or what's going on? Now, the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river while her young woman walked beside the river. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her servant woman, and she took it. When she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby was crying. She took pity on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call you a nurse from the Hebrew woman to nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." So the girl went and called the child's mother, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me. I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him. When the child grew older, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. Because she said, "I drew him out of the water." Wait. I'm sorry, that just like tripped me up a bit. I was like, brought him to Pharaoh's daughter. I don't know why. And he became her son. She named him Moses. Because she said, "I drew him out of the water." Does Moses mean something about water? The name Moses comes from the... Bro, is the... I don't want to use the AI. Is there like... This isn't asking the same question I was asking. Fine, I'll just read this, bro. The name Moses comes from the Hebrew Moshe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Meaning drawn out or drawn forth, according to Exodus 2:10. Pharaoh's daughter named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." This directly links to his name to his rescue from the Nile River, where he was hidden in a basket among the reeds. Okay. So he was abandoned. Not put up for adoption, he was abandoned. I didn't pick up on that. Cool. So, saved him from the water, drew him out of the water, and Mose meant drew him out of the water? Draw out water? Interesting. Moses flees to Midian. Like, is he old or okay? Grown up. Okay. I was like imagining like a little kid running away from home, and just being like, "I'm done, bro. I'm done with this BS." I don't know. One day, when Moses had grown up, he went out to his people and looked on their burdens, and he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his people. He looked this way and that, and seeing no one, he struck down to the Egyptian, went boom, and hit him in the sand. Bro, this dude's like, damn, why are you doing that to my other Hebrew friends, bruh? I'm gonna get back at you. That's what Moses was saying in his mind. When he went out the next day, behold, 2 Hebrews were struggling together. And he said to the man in the wrong, why do you strike your companion? He answered, who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you mean to kill me as you killed the Egyptian? Then Moses was afraid. Oh crap. He's like, they figured me out. Oh crap, I'm going to jail. But surely the thing is known. Oh, he thought this. He didn't say it. Okay, surely the thing is known. Oh, when Pharaoh heard of it, he sought to kill Moses. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and stayed in the land of Midian. Bro, I mean, what would have happened to the Hebrew man or woman? I don't know. Was it a man? What would have happened to him if Moses didn't intervene? And if Moses didn't intervene and the Egyptian ended up killing him, maybe, I'm not saying that he did or would, but if the Egyptian ended up doing that, would he have faced the same consequence that Pharaoh wanted to give Moses? Or did Pharaoh only want to give it to him because he was Hebrew? These are questions. These are questions worth asking. Moses fled from Pharaoh and stayed in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well. Now, the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. The shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and saved them and watered their flock. When they came home to their father, Reuel, he said, how is it that you have come home so soon today? They said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds and even drew water for us and watered the flock. He said to his daughters, then where is he? Why have you left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. Ooh, this is actually kind of tough. This is kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, he blessed you. You gotta bless him back, bruh. That's what he's saying, essentially. And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses his daughter, Zipporah. She gave birth to a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a sojourner in a foreign land. God hears Israel groaning. During those many days, the king of Egypt died, and the people of Israel groaned because of their slavery and cried out for help. Their cry for rescue from slavery came up to God, and God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. God saw the people of Israel, and God knew. Is this when he's gonna send them into the wilderness? All right. Now Moses was keeping the flock, the burning bush. Oh, I heard of this. I won't say anything, but I recognize the burning bush. Now Moses was keeping the flock of his father-in-law, Jethro, the priest of Midian, and he fled his flock to the west side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God, and the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. It must have been strange. Like, imagine if that happened in modern times. You just see a burning bush and it starts talking to you, claiming it's God. that would have been strange for me. But at the time, I think this was more normal. I think these spiritual experiences were more normal because people didn't have a calcified pineal gland. And came to the horror of the mountain of God. Okay, we're gonna finish this chapter. My timer went off. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame out of the fire, out of the midst of a bush. He looked, and behold, the bush was burning, yet it was not consumed. And Moses said, that must have been crazy to see. I'm trying to imagine that. Burning bush that's not being consumed. When the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called to him out of the bush, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. Then he said, Do not come near. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground. And he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Oh, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face. He was afraid to look at God. Then the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people who are in Egypt, and I have heard their cry because of their taskmasters. I know their sufferings, and I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of Egyptians, and to bring them up and out of the land to a good and broad land, a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And now behold, the cry of the people of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression which the Egyptians oppress them. Come, I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the children out of Israel, out of Egypt? The children of Israel out of Egypt. Oh, the people of Israel were still in slavery. Okay, I remember this now. They were in slavery to Egypt, and this is when they go out to the wilderness. They still have the mindset of slavery. Moses doesn't see the land of milk and honey. I'm sorry if I spoiled that for anyone, but I feel like that's a pretty well-known story. Yeah, pretty excited to read this now for myself. So yeah, let's read it. He said, But I will be with you, and this shall be the sign for you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Then Moses said to God, If I come to the people of Israel and say to them, The God of your father has sent me to you, and they ask, What is his name? What shall I say to them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, Say this to the people of Israel, I am has sent to you. God also said to Moses, Say this to the people of Israel, The Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and thus I am to be remembered throughout all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say to them, The Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, have appeared to me, saying, I have observed you and what has been done to you in Egypt, and I promise I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt to the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, a land flowing with milk and honey. So I'm gonna rewind so I can refresh my own memory. These guys were in a famine. The Israelites, they were in a famine, which, because of the famine, they had to sell themselves as servants, which turned them into slaves, in order to get food. And then they start sowing seeds and planting crops in the land of Egypt. But since they sold the land to Pharaoh, and they sold the land, like they sold the land and they sold themselves. So at this point, they are struggling to meet ends meet. So they sell themselves, and Pharaoh decides, okay, now you're my slaves. I'm assuming that's how it went down. I feel like that's how it went down. And now, since the land is sold, Pharaoh's like, you're mine. So now Moses has to rescue them. Some BS like that. Because these Egyptians are stuck up. They think lowly of the Israelites. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. So, these Egyptians, kind of like what happened, because history repeats itself. It always does. No matter what, you'll see stuff that's happening in the Bible. People will say, "Oh, it's end times," but the stuff that happens in the Bible, it always ends up repeating. Like with during the times of slavery, where these, or no, let's say the natives. These people from Europe come in, and then what's a better example? I guess the slave trade, the triangle. You have these people that are being sold into slavery into the land of the United States, and these people build up the United States. Yeah, it's unfortunate to say the land of the United States was built upon slavery, but the same as Egypt, the same as Egypt. But yeah, it's literally just used to, whatever. So history repeats itself. It always does. It always will. So it'll just be like kind of infinite loop. This is like, I don't even know how I got to that conversation, but it just reminded me of that. So just keep in mind, there'll always be an infinite loop. The news will spread it or whatever. But if you look back in time, history repeats itself. Has a tendency to do that. And I promise that I will bring up to you, out of you, the affliction of Egypt and the land of Canaanites, the Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and the Jebusites, a land flowing with milk and honey. And they will listen to your voice, and you and the elders of Israel shall go to the king of Egypt and say to him, the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, has met with us. And now please let us go a 3 days journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. But I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go unless compelled by a mighty hand. So I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all that wonders that I will do in it. After that, he will let you go, and I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And when you go, you shall not go empty, but each woman shall ask for her neighbor and any woman who lives in her house. Silver and gold, jewelry, and for clothing, you shall put them on your sons and on your daughters. So you shall plunder the Egyptians. Okay, that's it for today. My timer went off. It's been an hour. I paused a little bit, so we got a little bit more than an hour of runtime. But it's time for prayer. My bad. It's time for prayer, and it's time for me to film my daily video journal. If you see in the description, you can click on the second channel. The link doesn't work. Wow, that's weird. Why does the link not work? Oh, it does work. It's just broken. So this is my old account. You can see look, I'll put it up on here. Because I gotta show you guys this real quick. This is my old account. We can react to the videos on our own time. We'll do that maybe tonight. But you see, these are my old videos. This is what I used to look like. Oh, I didn't even know I put that there. Okay, cool. But I was like really obsessed with like becoming a popular YouTuber. Like you can see it. Like I had the whole mic set up. I had everything. I was like, I wanted to feel super professional. Yo, look how empty and desolate that background looks. Look, there's a whole different computer behind me now. Look, let me show you. You see that? Look at the computer over there. Right there. It's like, now it's different. Now it looks like that. And the whole backdrop, it's so desolate and empty with stuff. That's crazy. My face came from the way, but that's what I used to look like. Really weird. And by the way, I was in high school when I made this.
So this is gonna be.
I was in high school. Does this look like a high schooler to you? I mean, I was a freshman, but still, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I grew up pretty fast after that. I look weird in this, but then literally 1 year later, I look like how I look now. I don't really look any different. Do I still have my music?
Oh my gosh! Okay, so
Yeah, I was trying really hard to be a YouTuber, you can tell.
me and my brother
See?
played CS:GO.
I've moved past that now. But I feel like the editing is actually pretty entertaining. I might have to start making videos like that again, but they take a really long time to make.
Squid Game
And
is a funny
they're
show,
more fun to make on a computer.
but so is
I hate making
Krabby.
them
No!
on my phone. I don't like editing on my phone. I hate it.
I didn't get.
But I thought I was like some big hot shot. I literally only tried to make like 3 videos and then I gave up after 3. I was like, I'm not getting enough views. Like what a but this is my second channel.
Hi everyone, this is
The video is very poorly made. That's intentional. They're gonna get better over time. I promise.
like no matter what you
But
do, if
hair
you
reveal.
try to
Hair reveal.
work in the Lord,
Nice.
It'll never be good enough.
So that's my second channel. If you want, did I just link my second channel back to my main? Bruh, I have to fix that. That should link back to my main channel. But I would encourage you guys to watch that. The video is gonna drop after the stream. Let's pray. Let's pray. Gotta pray in spirit. Can't pray in no flesh. Lord, I pray that as I do pray, that I pray in spirit and not in flesh. Lord, I want to thank you for taking your hand upon this channel and showing me the journey in which I have to take in order to become closer to you. I have enjoyed creating more of a schedule for myself. I've, really enjoyed this. It's been a really nice and unique experience to be able to learn how to be a man, learning how to make a schedule, a routine, and learning how to do that. It's been a nice process. It's been a very, 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 very fun process learning how to do that. So I thank you for telling me how to do that, and I pray that I obey your voice more. Because there'll be some times where I can hear you, but I'll be like, I don't want to do that. So take that mindset away from me, Lord. I hate it. I despise it. I don't want it anymore, Lord. And I hope I grow. I pray I grow as a human being. And whoever's watching the VOD right now, because I don't think there's anyone watching live, but whoever's watching, I pray that their day becomes blessed beyond measure and they get to experience your presence in a way that, they haven't experienced it before. And I pray my family, you're revealed to them in such a way where they can't even deny your existence because they've been running for too long from you, Lord. It's like they want to go to church, but they don't want to go to church, and they only go when they get brownie points out of it. Really? So, I know my family has some dysfunction. That's okay. I know the parents tend to... But I pray that you bring my parents closer together and you show them what it means to be in a loving family. And I pray that if they don't have the power to see it, I pray that you give me the vision to give them the vision to see how much they're loved and how much they're cared about and how much they should love and care about each other. I pray that you heal any past afflictions. I pray that you heal my family from their sins. I pray that you forgive them and you show mercy on them. Man, may Lord have mercy. Please, Lord, please have mercy on us. I do not want to take your grace, forgiveness, and mercy for granted. I know some people that say they know you, but they take your grace and mercy for granted, and it hurts to see because they don't understand what they're doing. So, Lord, please forgive them, and if you could, show them who you truly are in a way in which they cannot deny your existence. But please have mercy on them when you do it. I love you, Lord. In the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Wow, my face looks goofy, bro. It's all puffy from wisdom teeth. Yeah. Shout out to the Lord. Blessings be upon y'all. I hope y'all have a good rest of your day. The second channel video will drop today. It's a part of my schedule. Okay? I love y'all. Have an amazing, blessed day.